In this day and age, we get a lot of stimuli. We get a lot of information from a lot of different sources. Some of it is just purely entertainment. Some of it is educational, or at least it's trying to be. And for the most part, we end up just consuming all of this information without really questioning it, without really understanding why it's there, why it exists, what the point of it is. One way to filter it out, it's very simple, is to ask questions. Asking questions about what you are seeing, what you are hearing, what you're exposing yourself to every single day. And then allow yourself to go on those mini rabbit holes to actually understand why someone has said that specific thing with such conviction. What are they talking about? What do they benefit from saying these things to me? Because it starts to separate the actual good things from the chaff. You start to see where people's intentions lie, and you also start to understand what people's agendas are. So I'll start off with a good example is the news. If you go on and check out the news of the day, you'll see stories that tell you about what's going on with the wars, the crazy weather, what this one person did halfway across the world from you. And you can be overstimulated very quickly by seeing all of this information coming in at you. But then you ask yourself, story by story, why are they telling me this story? Why are they framing this story like this? This is another important thing, because every single story has multiple sides to it. It's called the Rashomon effect. It originated from the 1950 film by Akira Kurosawa, amazing director. So the Rashomon effect essentially is the trope of portraying a single event from multiple conflicting perspectives. And this highlights the unreliability of memory, especially with things that are controversial, political things. There's the Rashomon effect in full effect. People will be like, this is what we choose to see from this specific news, and how do we spin it so that we can bolster the agenda that we are on? And then you go and ask yourself another question. Who owns this publication that I am reading? It could be a newspaper, it could be a news channel, whatever it is. Someone is making money off of it. Of course, things that are controversial, they are always going to propagate a lot further than stories of nice things happening, because those things, they pique your interest. It doesn't have to be absolutely true. All it has to do is just touch a nerve in your brain. This is the action of the day. Pay attention. So asking questions about why is this relevant to me, right? It could be something that affects us all, like the price of fuel, for instance. Another thing as well is the stock market. It's all speculation. So if people's attitudes become better because all the media out there is talking about it being good and better, it's probably going to be bullish and go up. Because there's bullish going up, bearish going down. You can Google that later. But all of these things, they have a purpose. A good example as well is when you're scrolling on TikTok. And this is now a flip on it where we're talking about entertainment. You will see clips of shows or clips of your favorite vloggers or people that you don't even know who vlog, and you keep on seeing them. Even though you say, I'm not interested in this content, I don't want to see it. But you keep on seeing them. Most likely, those people are paying what are known as clippers to put that information front and center in your mind, because what it does is it gives them social proof. And that's how you are able to make money off eyeballs, because now they can get more advertising dollars and then they can get more sponsorships. Nothing that we consume is by mistake. And what you have to do is, as you go through life, ask, what is the purpose of this specific piece of content? And you'll be surprised you start to see a lot of patterns forming. And what this does for your critical mind, it helps you to discern between what is something that is real that I need to understand and that I need to know because it will help me to survive, versus what is something that is being shoved down my throat because it makes someone else's life better. It improves their stock price, their share price. It increases their equity. Because I was just going through the internet and I was like, man, there's so much happening here. and some of this stuff does not make sense. How does this even relate to me? And then I have to ask myself, who is behind all of these things? This is where I encourage people to do their deep dives and go down rabbit holes. Because the beautiful thing about it is all this information is publicly available. The people who are behind all this content that's being pushed out. Watch content with a critical eye, asking questions. What is the point of this? Why is this here right now? What's going on in the grand scheme of the world that has brought this specific piece of content to me in this specific way? Algorithms, that's how they're built. They're built to keep you into an echo chamber. If there is a slight little belief that you have or a slight bias, it'll pick up on that and then it will nail it until it's not just a slight bias, it's how you think. And if someone can control how you think, then they can control what you need and what you want. And they become the suppliers of that. So be careful.